We got a lot to cover this morning, but we've got to start with more breaking news, this time out of southern rural Maryland. We're getting word out of a town of Great Mills that a high school there is now on lockdown after reports of a shooting with multiple injuries. The sheriff's office tells us, our affiliate, in Washington, that an investigation is underway, and the ATF says agents are headed to the school. NBC's Hallie Jackson is following this. Hallie, what do you know? This is not an urban setting. This is a very rural part of Maryland.
Yeah, exactly. About an hour outside of Washington, D.C., where we are right now, Stephanie, and the information is still pretty spotty coming in. But let me share with you what little we know about all of this. I want to read for you a statement now from the school district that there has been a shooting here, obviously, that the school is on lockdown. They say that the event is, quote, contained, that the sheriff's office is on the scene, and they're promising additional information to follow. I will tell you that our local affiliate, our NBC News affiliate, WRC, is reporting multiple injuries here. And a reminder that this is all happening, Stephanie, just a few days before that National March for Our Lives right here in Washington. Apparently, according to some local news reporting, that school walkout, that student walkout last week, Great Mills students, kids actually participated in that. So we are watching to see what other information we can get. We have crews on the way to that scene, and we'll bring you the latest as we know it. But obviously, this is something that everybody here in Washington is keeping an eye on, is watching very closely. We're waiting to see the extent of those injuries as police are trying to figure out what exactly happened here, who was involved. Again, the event contained is what we're told, but it is not clear what that means, if that means that the suspected shooter has been captured, is now in custody. So we are continuing to follow some of that information for you, Steph.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to get more details. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning now, so this had to have happened as kids were making their way into school as the day was getting started. And at a time like that, it's pretty chaotic in the hallways. Not everybody is settled in their classroom. These are still pictures right now. As we said, a Maryland high school is now on lockdown after a shooting. And to Hallie's point, think about this. March for Our Lives is taking place this Saturday, and it's not just going to be in Washington. We're going to see these marches around the country. I mean, it's stunning. Hallie, I want to bring in Jim Kavanaugh, retired ATF special agent in charge. He's also an MSNBC terrorism analyst. Jim, you're obviously digesting this news real time. What do you think of this?
It sounds like St. Mary's deputies might have the shooter locked down somewhere in the building. They might have, pressed him to a corner. They may know he's alone. That's possibly what they mean by contained. Of course, it could mean a number of things. They could mean they just have it in one building. He could be dead. But, the protocol is to press to contact. Press to contact. So the first deputies have to press and press and press until they make contact with the shooter. And then, events transpire from there. There can be a shootout. There can be the shooter retreat to another room, and then you can contain him. When you have a barricaded gunman alone, then you change to a static situation. You get SWAT there.
Wait, say that again. Press to contact is what?
You press to contact. You try to engage the shooter to stop him from active killing. And then if you can get the shooter barricaded in a room alone or even with hostages, that's when you call for SWAT. Unless there's active shooting, then you don't move. If he's alone in a room, for example, a gymnasium, they would have him contained alone. You would call SWAT negotiators and work it from there.
This scene, we're looking at live pictures right now from outside the school. You can see police and authorities are there. You don't see students outside, so I'm guessing at this point the students must still be in the building.